Heinz is extremely lazy, doing nothing every day except herding goats in the pasture. But every night when he comes home, he sighs and sighs. He said, "Herding a goat year after year, in the field from early spring to late autumn, is truly a burden, a hard job. If only we could find somewhere to lie down and take a nap, it would be better. We always have to keep an eye on the goat, not letting it destroy saplings, break the fence and get into the back garden, or even run away. Where is it? If that and number 39's the case, how can there be time to be free and enjoy life?" After thinking about it for a long time, he didn't and #39's know what to do. Suddenly, as fast as lightning, a thought suddenly appeared in his mind, and quote, "I will marry Fat Trine too. She also has a goat, she can herd my goats too. And quote, also, would that make it less difficult for me?" Heinz then stood up, lifted his tired legs, and walked across the main road. Fat Trine and number 39's parents live not far from here. He came to ask to marry their daughter. Her parents didn't and #39's have to think about it for long. They thought to themselves, and quote, "Well, every pot should be covered," and quote, and consented to the marriage. So the Fat Trine became the wife of Mr. Heinz, and she took care of both goats. Now Hans is free to relax. There is nothing to do that requires a break, except for being too lazy and getting tired, so you have to take a break. It and number 39's very rare for Heinz to go herding goats with his wife and say, "Going herding goats like this is just to enjoy the rest more deeply." Otherwise, it one and number 39's feel like resting anymore. But Fat Trine is also equally lazy. One day, she said to her husband, "Mr. Heinz, why do we torment ourselves for no reason, wasting our youth like that? Do you think it and number 39's better than this? Let and number 39's trade the sarcophagus to the neighbor and number 39's pair of goats that bleat so loudly every morning, disrupting his good night and number 39's sleep, and take his beehive. We hang the beehive behind the house, where there is a lot of sunshine, and from then on we no longer have to worry about anything. Raising bees dozen and #39's require looking after them, and you also Don and number 39's have to take them to the field. Bees fly everywhere, then find their own way back. Bees give us delicious honey without forcing us to take care of them at all." Heinz replied, "What you say makes sense. We can immediately carry out your intention without any further hesitation. Because honey is tastier and more nutritious than goat milk, it also lasts longer." The neighbor kindly exchanged a beehive for a pair of goats. Bees fly out to forage from early morning until late at night without ever getting tired. The bees filled the hive with honey, so much honey that it was only in the fall that Heinz was able to get a jar full. The couple placed the jar on a board on the wall in the bedroom. In case a thief took it away or a mouse climbed on it, Trine immediately found a large stick made of chestnut wood and placed it right next to the bed, thus saving the effort of getting up and also being able to use the stick to chase away unwanted guests. The lazy Heinz did not like to get out of bed before 12:00 and number 39's noon. He said, "Whoever gets up early, wastes his wealth." One morning, when it was already sunny, Heinz was still lying under the duvet to rest to relieve fatigue from sleeping for so long. He told his wife, Women are lovers of sweet things. If you keep tasting honey when there and number 39 s no one around, you and number 39 ll probably eat it all. Perhaps it would be best if we exchange this honey for a big goose and a baby goose. And quat, but let and number 39 s wait until we have a child to herd the geese, and quat, said Mrs. Trine. You and number 39 planning on letting me suffer because of the goslings, right? Don and number 39 let me waste unnecessary effort on that. Heinz said, you said let his son tend the geese? Nowadays children do not listen to their parents anymore. They follow their own opinions. They think they are smarter than their parents, like the story of the other son. For example, when they sent him to look for cows, he instead went to hunt and catch 3 starlings. Trine replied, into my hands? If he refuses to do as I tell him, call him a jerk. I used a stick to beat him repeatedly until he was completely bruised before letting him go. Heinz, look at this. In the heat of the moment, she grabbed the stick to hit the mouse and shouted, look here, I and number 39 give it a beating like this. She swung her stick, but unfortunately hit the jar of honey above the bed. The jar hit the wall, fell to the ground, broke into pieces, and delicious honey flowed all over the ground. And quat. So both the goose and the goslings are lying there and number 39 no need to herd them anymore, and quat, said Heinz. But luckily it didn't and #39 fall on his head. We are still lucky. Wealth replaces people. Suddenly, Heinz saw that a piece of the vase still had some honey on it. He reached out to pick it up and said with pleasure, honey, I and number 39 just have to satisfy myself with this remaining honey. Then rest. Rest a bit to recover from that fear. It doesn't and #39 matter if we wake up at noon more than usual, the day is still long and boring. Trine replied, yes, that and number 39 right. Even if it and number 39 late, it and number 39 still on time as usual. Do you know, there was a time when people invited snails to a wedding. When the slug arrived, it was the godfather ceremony for someone and number 39's first child. When he arrived at someone and number 39's door, the slug tripped over the hedge and said, and quat, if you rush, you and number 39 ruin your job, and quat. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.